So much to cover in today's show here, and we're trying to go as fast as humanly possible. We're going to talk about Lions and Packers development there with an injured Jordan Love. What is the total over and under? Get into that. Jared Goff in the MVP race. What he's doing is historical. We're going to get through the playoff picture as it stands after the games that took place this Sunday. The latest trade rumors, a name has popped up that we're going to talk about, and could there be a signing soon from the Detroit Lions? But before we get into today's show, do you believe that Jared Goff should be MVP? Y for yes and N for no. Lions are facing the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. The Lions are 6-1, first with points per game on offense in the NFL, and they're 8th best defensively with only allowing opponents to 19.1 in the NFL. Green Bay Packers at 6-2. Great record right there, 27 points per game, 6th in the NFL, and points per game defensively, they only allow 21.5. And right now, as the betting market sits, the Lions are favored by 4.5 points on the road on this November 3 game. It's a 425 game. The total over and under is 48.5, and of course, Green Bay are the underdogs. I actually like these numbers just about right the way it is, but the things are going to change here because there was a big injury in the Green Bay game. Jordan Love is dealing with some issues like all over his body right now in the groin too, and I personally think he's getting checked up. We'll find out today what the extent of his injury is, but if he can't go, it's going to be him or Malik Willis, and we don't know exactly who's going to be at this point. And this is a big deal because we're talking about a significant injury right before probably the one of the biggest games of this year, up there till the Minnesota Vikings game for the NFC North. So a lot of interesting takes that's going to be taking place here for this game. And we just got to see, what's going to happen going forward and who's going to be there. So Malik Willis is going to give them the ability to scramble a lot. Jordan Love, if he does play, he's got an injured groin, so he's going to be immobile. So who do you guys got winning the game? Do you got the Lions winning the game? Put DET for Detroit. Do you got the Green Bay Packers winning the game? Put GB in the comments right now. Next up here, we're going to be talking about Jared Goff because he's doing historical numbers right now. And now when you looked at the game that he did yesterday, it wasn't that significant, right? He only had 85 yards passing, and that's simply because it was an odd game where the special teams absolutely dominated the game, and the Lions didn't have really anywhere to go. But the last 4 weeks, he's just been crazy. He's had the same amount of I believe his touchdowns and incompletions. He's had 140 passer rating. That's the fourth straight times. The first time since 1950 is a ridiculous number. And right now he is playing. He is doing historically. He is doing historically with these numbers that he's putting up, and I think that he should absolutely be in the conversation for MVP. It's not out of the realm of crazy at all. I don't believe so. He is doing such a phenomenal job this year. He's got to be in the conversation. Now, is this something that's going to continue? Look, if he stays calm with this offense, I think it can continue. I don't know about just 3 completions a game, but high completion percentage, I absolutely do. So, question for you, do you believe that Jared Goff should be in the MVP conversation? Y for yes and N for no. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time, the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets to sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. Their lowest price is guaranteed. That's the Game Time guaranteed. And let's keep it a buck. Going to a game is much better than being on the couch. Lions traveling to Green Bay this Sunday at Lambeau Field in a huge NFC North showdown. If you want to look for those tickets, go to Game Time. And our friends from Game Time has a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. And what this does is it filters out all the fluff to give you the best deals on tickets, so you don't have to spend thousands of hours trying to find the best deals on tickets. And how do you find Game Time Picks? So it's simple, man. You jump into the app and you look for the Game Time Picks at the top of the screen, and you select the Game Time Picks button, and it automatically does the research for you in a 3D live view. And it gives you the best tickets in the database, the best deals on seats, so you don't have to spend hours looking through different ticketing sites. So it's just right there for you. And you can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for the football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. The middle screenshot, by the way, I love this fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is, and if you move your phone left to right, you can see the surrounding area kind of like a 3D live photo. Also, all pricing is right there for you, so there's no hidden fees at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying Lions tickets today. You want to get a deal, so you download Game Time and you could plug in Chat Sports and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Again, go to the redeem code section, plug in Chat Sports, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Terms to apply. Got to create an account. You got to have an email to save that money. The link is going to be in the comment section and description of this video. So if you're buying Lions tickets this year, make sure using Game Time. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. Bear with me really quick. We will definitely get to the latest trade rumors. I know a lot of people want to know that. That's the biggest thing. So before we do that here in a moment, name a player you want the Detroit Lions to trade for in the comments. Let's get into really quick. We're going to jump into the playoff standings here. And the Detroit Lions are sitting on top of the NFC in a huge way. Big time win for the Lions. Huge win, 52-14, significant win. But there's a lot of other actions that took place that was, important for the Lions. First, the Bears lost. That was great. Minnesota lost, obviously, on Thursday. Now, Green Bay won, but remember, Jordan Love is hurt. Washington Commanders had a great ending to the game as they did the Hail Mary in defeating the Chicago Bears in the greatest moment in Bears history. For me, they sit at number 2. Good team right there. Atlanta Falcons are now number 3 as they beat the good old Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're sitting at the 3 seed. Arizona Cardinals are actually right now leading the West at the 4 seed. Green Bay Packers outside because they're the number 1 wild card right now at a 6-2. Minnesota is sitting at the number 2 wild card spot at 5-2, and the Eagles they jumped the Bears to the number 7 seed at 5-2. Bears fall out. Bucks, 49ers, Seahawks all the way down to the Panthers. So, look, the NFL is definitely week to week, but the Lions got a gigantic game on Sunday, and that is where the Lions really can solidify, to me, that number 1 seed. Look, you got 2 big games coming up, but the biggest one, obviously, is the NFC. The other one is an AFC. So, I mean, the Lions, if they win this Sunday against Green Bay, they're looking really pretty for that number 1 seed. Very, very pretty. But let's get to what you guys want to talk about, and that's the latest trade rumors. Now, this popped up yesterday, and you say, why is this a big deal? Well, I can tell you why. Josh Uche, among the Patriots' inactive players today, he was garnered interest from other teams as of November 5. Trade deadline approaches. So he was a healthy scratch for the New England Patriots. And right when this occurred, I seen on Twitter that the Lions traded for him for a 5th-round pick. That was not true, by the way. So that's a false rumor. The reason these rumors popped up is simply because he was a healthy scratch, and that is a legitimate rumor. That's a big deal. They healthy scratched him because he is a trade candidate. So who is Josh Uche? He's 6'1", 240, 26 years old. He was drafted in round 2 in 2020 with 60th overall. So far this year, he has 10 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, and 2 tackles for loss. With all the players that potentially could be on the trade market, he's not the one I would really jump in first. He's smaller. We generally looking for a bigger pass rusher. He's only 240 pounds, and he's 6'1". You'd think they would probably go for a bigger guy, in my opinion, to help out the Detroit Lions. Go with the bigger-bodied player. A Za'Darius Smith, right? A player of that size, or a Jadeveon Clowney, something with a little bit more size, probably more of 274, something around in that area. So to me, it just seems a little bit off from there. But in all honesty, look, the Lions could do it. And look, when you're a healthy scratch, the rumors are going to fly. There's no doubt about it, especially after it came out, as we all been predicting, that Max Crosby, Myles Garrett are not going to get traded. That's what all the media is saying, and I've been saying that for a while. I'll keep my hope out there, but it's not realistic at all. So he could be a target, but he's not on the top of my list, if you would like to know. So again, name a player you would like the Detroit Lions to take a chance on in the comments right now. And it looks like there is some movement in regards to the Detroit Lions potentially making a signing, because Jason Cabinda, he popped up on his IG with him in a Lions uniform. And, let's get it. Let's go. So it's looking like the Lions could make him a signing. And the reason I actually was thinking this before I even seen that, I was watching the game and I was seeing the Lions use the fullback. Notice the last 2 weeks that Hesse hasn't been playing. He's been playing that role as a tight end / fullback, but he hasn't been playing the last couple weeks. And I was thinking, when they did that, kind of makes sense if they were to think about Jason Cabinda. The post came up, and of course the rumors came out. And so I was thinking something was up. I was thinking that the Lions could probably sign a Jason Cabinda when I seen that. And they do got some roster spots open. And so I think it's very possible in the next any time that the Lions, because maybe while you're watching this, that the Lions could make a signing of Jason Cabinda. I don't know if I'll make a video really about it, if it's a standing alone type of deal. I don't know. Do you guys think it'd be worth it if I made a breaking news, Lions sign Jason Cabinda fullback? I don't think it's that big of news. He's more of a, the bottom 53 type of roster. We make signings all the time, or bring somebody up from the practice squad, and I generally don't make videos about it, especially when we're talking about a fullback. So it's just more of the Hesse not playing, and so that had my eyes perking a little bit, or my ears perking a little bit, whatever you want to call it, and listening a little bit more from that perspective. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to be happening here in the next couple days. Again, you're going to want to hit that notification bell, because if the Lions make a trade, I'm definitely making that video. That should happen I think in the next 48 hours, or soon, whatever you want to call it. I think the Lions should make a trade very soon as we get ready for Green Bay. So with that said, folks, make sure you subscribe. Adios.